Alrighty, I don't want to go a whole lot into details with the art bars because there's videos out there by Derwent and by other amazing artists telling you what art bars are, but just a little bit because I'm so excited about those and I had a fun and great time playing in my nLab. So Derwent, as I know so far, makes really awesome products, and I'm a huge fan of their Inktense blocks and sketching pencils. Now they came out with those art bars, I think just last month actually, and I had to have it. Now I know that I'm telling my students all the time, you should try out before you buy, yada yada yada. Well, sometimes I'm not living up to my own advices. So I got the 72 Artbar box. They actually also come in tins with 12, 24, and 36. What are they? They are water soluble wax in a triangular shape. It's a bar, hence the name Artbar. And they come in those boxes. And you can see how they're like nicely put in there. And they're actually put in 4 main color groups, which makes it really easy for you to kind of like go with what fits together. And it's brights, pales, earths, and darks, which I think is a great way to categorize them. They are, as I said, rectangular shaped, and they come with this little wrapper around it, which has every, I would say, probably a centimeter, whatever that is, an inch. My American friends, you will figure it out. There's you can take off the wrapper, and there's like a place where you can break them off, and they're actually meant to break them in little pieces, which is in the beginning, I have to say, a little bit hard to get used to. But once you got all the possibilities of those paints, you're like, oh yeah, this makes so much sense. So you can either use them on the flat side, having like a real nice area to paint with them, or you can use them on these tipped points here, so you can make nice sharp lines with them too. So that's pretty nifty. Really likes that a lot. Then they also come, I'm not sure if every box comes with it. I would assume so. They have this like mixing mixing bar that is actually meant to blend the pigments together when you layer them both together. So now most of you know that I had been really excited about my new color 2 when I had this, still one of my favorite workshops from 2008-2009, the Family Getaway Canvas, also called Urban Getaway, where we used the new color 2 from Caran d'Ache. Still love my Caran d'Ache colors. It's just a little bit different, and I tested both of them next to each other, and there are some similarities and some differences, and I just think that their art bars are giving you way more possibilities. First of all, there are tools that come with them. One of it is called, of course it's used, sorry, don't have the new one anymore, Shave and Save. So yeah, you just shave your art bar inside. This I did already. You should do that when it's dry, and then you get those little flakeses, and then you can mix them with water, and you get like a gouache like paint. And I thought that was pretty cool, because you know what, you can use then those art bars watered down with paint, as a real like thick paint, over stencils, for example. Then they also have a water mister. They have a water brush, and they also have, that's my favorite, that's a little dog-shaped tool, and it's called just the scraper, and that actually comes from a technique, it's called sgraffito. That's the art of scraping away layers to reveal underlying colors, and it's in very old techniques. And actually in my new and very soon upcoming Übermedia acrylic paint workshop, we will work with sgraffito a little bit too. So anyway, this made me excited. As you know, I love texture and everything. I played a little bit around, and I was you know, comparing. I also did a comparison with the Inktense blocks just to see, you know, of course they're not wax based, but I wanted to see how they react. And there's a couple of things that I found out what I liked about them. So first of all, I like that the Derwent Artbars have more possibilities to do like thin stripes, and then but also you can add them and make really thick layers. Smoothing with a finger is very similar to the Neo Color 2. Then you can actually breathe on them with your and then use your finger. And I thought that the Derwent reacts a little bit better to you know, hot air. Using a water brush with the Derwent and Artbars and the Neo Color, I have to say that I like the way how the Neo Color 2 blended together more than actually the Derwents. But then if you put your finger in water and mix them, I actually like the outcome of the Derwent, the Artbars, much better than the ones with the Neo Color 2. Then layering colors on top while dry. That I found that the Artbars are really awesome, and I started playing around. That was my first playing. I layered several colors on top, and it's really amazing. They cover the underlying colors, and that they do much better than the Neo Colors. As I said, both have their, you know, both are awesome, but we want to talk a little bit about the differences. So so they go on top really nice here, and they cover the colors underneath. But then when you use the scraper, this little doggy, it's really awesome how you can add texture and you reveal again the color that is underneath. That was so cool. That hooked me up with that right away while just playing. That's my playing sheet here. Then you have also the possibility to take off the paint right off from their bar. You know, you can just take a water brush. And what I liked about it too was you can go directly on one of those sides with a water brush and then use it to actually stamp. I did that too. You can use the dry shavings and add them to your painting to add more texture. Oh man, that was like woohoo! I love that so much. What I did was I broadly added the layers of colors, a green, a darker blue, and then a light blue, and then I scribbled on top, and I did the circles for the flowers, and then I actually printed with the Artbars pieces. So here you can see this here. This is a print to add more texture and more color, and so you could use different kinds of green. Here I stamped all of the paper circles and used that just to mimic a little bit the shape of a flower, and it adds texture, and I think it's pretty cool. I did those circles for the flowers. Let me get this one into the camera a little bit better. So I did those circles and I layered and layered paint up, and I mixed the colors with a finger and water, and then I added a little bit more color, and then I used the sgraffito, the scraper, and released some of the underlying paint and texture, and that was like woohoo. Then I watered down some of the white Artbar, and of course the underlying lying layer will always get off again a little bit because it's water soluble, so it reacts. Even though it dried, it will not be permanent, right? But I used a stencil. I used Julie's Crafter's Workshop template with the clouds, and I just did some paint and added it through the stencil on here. And then I used the technique where I put the tip of the brush right away onto the Artbar and traced those clouds here. The insides are also, of those flower buds, are also used with the stamping method, just the small tip of the Artbar. What else? Oh, here is some scraping of course. So I did some of the shaving and added those to my flowers because I wanted to have a little bit more texture. And then I used the white paint in my Shave and Save and just flicked it on, and that gave more texture too, blended with the background, but I really like that. So I used, so far, besides the spritzing, I used all kinds of techniques with this canvas, and it really got me to know those colors a lot. And I can tell you, nLab, I had so much fun. These gonna be in my further paint and color range for all kinds of scrapbooking and mixed media projects.